But as I've said previously, anything now that has to do with me donating is going to be done privately because of these types of people. I'm not talking about people who criticize or people who question. I'm talking about the people who disrespect my privacy, who go make multiple fucking accounts, multiple YouTubes, and try to just constantly slander me because there's nothing else. Over jokes? What is it? Because this happened before jokes. This has been going on since like my first month on YouTube.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.
So I just wanted to clear up a couple things that are really, really irritating. I love it. I take a break. Not doing videos, unless it's important. Haven't even done anything with the Daddy-O-5 stuff. But I'm really, really irritated because it's just like, I don't know what people are wanting. And I'm not doing something because people are wanting it, but these people that just absolutely hate me, they've moved on from hating me, which they still do, to trying to hate the people around me. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? I don't get it.
The other thing is, I worked really hard to get tours out on YouTube, and I was literally being able to, for the most part, maintain my lifestyle, which I was really happy about. I was making a little bit of money. Shoot, what else? I am grateful for, I live with one of my best friends, who's also an ex, wonderful human being, and when I had nobody, when I was collapsing and I was completely alone with nowhere to go and no help, he took me in, and I wouldn't be alive without him. So I won't say his name out of privacy, but I'm grateful for him. And I'm just really conflicted today. Because I think, especially the new subscribers, a lot of you have maybe liked and seen the Joy that's all fired up and in your face and yelling. And that is, I can be that person, but that's not the goal. There are too many people just yelling and making fun just because, and I'm not judging them or what they do or their style. I'm here to help people, including Onision. Because Greg, you're a person too. And we have to remember that. And I'm conflicted because I know a lot of people have been like, Joy, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about this? And, oh, I'm ready for her to dig in. And I'm not feeling that way. I know what I want to say. And I know how I want to come across with this. But I decided that because I'm sick and because I'm emotional today, that I'm going to spend today in meditation and prayer. And I'm going to film the video tomorrow. I know right now I've got a surge of popularity and I can capitalize it if I just rush a video out, but that would be me not being true to myself. And that won't serve any justice to anybody. I'm not here just to bash somebody because they've made mistakes and been awful, especially if they're trying to get better. And whether or not he's genuine or not, I don't want to go into that right now. I will go into that tomorrow. But I want to give you a fair and balanced perspective. And I can't do that if I'm not secure in myself today and how I feel. I do want to say this, and I'm going to leave it at this because I know this is getting long. One thing we really lack in this world, I feel like, is forgiveness. It's forgiveness and accountability. And in my video, that's what I'm going to focus on, those two things. Because even though he's apologized, and on a human level, I'm proud of him, I'm proud of you, is it genuine? And he never talked about the abuse. He didn't talk about wishing death on the people who smoke pot. There were several things that he missed. And I don't want to go into it right now, but if somebody is genuinely putting an effort forth and trying, we have to continue to hold them accountable. But we have to give room for forgiveness and growth. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be true to who I am. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and be fake for attention. I don't need that. I can go out into a fucking concert arena with a brand and a contract, and I can get 3,000 people around me and if I want. This is not about that. I've sung in front of thousands of people before. This is not about that. And again, that's why I don't monetize any of the Onision videos. It's not about the money. I'm secure in my ability to make money and to, in that regard, even being sick, that I don't need to make money off of something dirty, off of something dark, off of something abusive. Unless I was gonna funnel that money into something, but that doesn't feel right, and I wouldn't do anything without Billy and Ayala's permission. But I just want to let you guys know I want to do right by you. I feel like with a lot of eyes on me, with a lot of power, with a lot of success, fame, and not that I think I'm fucking famous, but there's a responsibility. No matter if you want it or not, no matter if you acknowledge it or not, and I want to acknowledge it. I don't even know if I'm going to put this up. If you see it, it means I have, of course, but sorry if I sound down. If you hear a lot of deep breaths, I'm having a hard time breathing. It's not asthma. I've had asthma before. And I just thought I would share with everybody some of what's going on, because I think that a lot of people could be going through similar things, and I think they can relate, and just want everybody to know who's going through health issues are not alone. I'm probably gonna cry, so heads up. I'm having a really hard day today. I'll tell you what's going on. So, if you're new, welcome, by the way. Sorry, this is the first video you're seeing, it's kind of down, but I've been sick for 4 years. Just gonna give a quick overview. I'm sorry to those who heard it over and over again. Sorry guys. Shut your ears for a second. Mystery illness, didn't know what was going on. Constant fever, affected my heart. Fought blackout spells. Felt like what was possibly strokes, seizures, heart attacks. Very scary stuff. And what I mean by that is I would go in the hospital, they would see my irregular EKG and didn't know what it was or what to do. There's no clots. I did get a stress test of my heart. They finally hospitalized me at one point. Doctor listened to me. They did a stress test on my heart and they did a ultrasound. Heart's healthy. There are no clots in my body. They can't figure it out. So after months of almost dying, my doctor helped, well, I figured it out with the help of my doctor. I have copper toxicity, heavy metal poisoning from my birth control, Paragard IUD. And a lot of you have asked, have I tried to sue? Oh, I have. Let me explain what's going on with that. They made it ironclad so you almost can't sue. I've talked to dozens of lawyers, they won't touch it, or they've tried and it gets rejected, and their practice can be ruined. So it's not something anybody will touch. And it's ruined my life. So I've just told myself if I can't sue the pants off of them and take that money to help other women, God damn it, I'm going to be the biggest marketing against them. I'm going to throw a lot of my energy into making sure I take those products off the market.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. So if you ever have watched my videos, or if you're new, I said several times, I don't care to monetize, that's not why I'm doing this, I don't need money right now. A lot of people have told me to get a Patreon, I'm really torn about it. I don't like taking money from you guys for myself, especially because I'm not destitute. Like, I know I have some health stuff going on and can't get insured and I'm kind of scared about some things, but you know, I have a wonderful roommate that helps me and helps take care of me, which is amazing getting through this health stuff. You know, I don't have to pay rent, thank God, right now, so I'm okay, which is why I don't want to take money. You know, I don't want to do that. And I'm not saying that I won't in the future, I really battle with it. My situation, however, that was 5 months ago, is changing. So, here's where I'm at today. A few things to go over. Number one, yes, I'm going to start needing more ways to make money. And luckily, from my trip, which I have not yet talked about, I am doing things that are helping. They are helping, which is why since I've come back and even on my trip, I've been able to pump out more videos. I actually have more energy to do it, which was the whole fucking point of the trip. And I'm very, very happy about that. And I don't want to go into any details about that yet because that's personal for me. And also that's a story I want to tell on JoysparkleBS, and I have not yet been able to do that, and I will at some point.
Got half an hour outside of the city, and all of a sudden, all my fucking lights come on my dashboard. Let me show you, actually, hold on. Sucks so bad. Okay, you see them? Shit, let me see. What the fuck is this? There's ABS. As soon as the car starts, there's a wrench. It looks like the car is swerving off the road, and it looks like a fucking tilt. Anyway, I was on the freeway, and I started to lose control of my car.
No, I'm not driving, guys. I keep lose like Eisner. No, I'm not driving. No, I wouldn't be doing this driving. Roommate had to take off work. We've had to spend money coming to do this.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I was able to pull over into kind of a busy area. I'm a half hour away from my home. I can't make it home. Roommate left to do Easter weekend shit, which is always fun. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck right now. The person who's supposed to meet me is hours away. It sucks because when you're chronically ill, I have limited energy. I mean, I was just going to try to gun it to where I needed to go, meet my person, and then, you know, at a certain point, and then get to where I need to go, and that's not fucking possible. So now I'm stuck. I called roommate. Roommate said, hey, I'll try to call some friends to see if somebody can help. Do we need to tow your car? Like, the problem is I physically don't have the energy to deal with any of this because I'm sick. I physically don't. So I'm trying to keep really calm, but I'm really scared and freaked out. This will all work out, but I'm freaked out. Look, I know stuff in life happens. I want to get to this fucking appointment Monday, and it's just like, it feels like the fucking world's against me to do it, you know? So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna probably go on You Now, say hi to everybody, make some phone calls, see what I can do, order some lunch, and try to remain fucking calm. I just want to get to this fucking appointment. I just want to get better. And I know shit happens, and I should just be grateful because it could be a lot worse. Could be fucking a lot worse. So, all right. I will see you guys whenever. Fuckers. All right, bye. Shit. Sorry, I know I look an absolute mess. This is, the last few days have been really hard. I mean, I fucking look like this most of the time anyway, but I also have some physical shit that's just kicking my ass. So I'll give a quick update on that. Not that anybody... I know I was going to use JoysparkleBS to do that, but everything, because of what's going on, has gotten pushed back. All my videos. I had a week's worth of videos, completely different topics, ready to go. So when I take my week off, those will go up. But yeah, so I know everybody knows I went and I saw a doctor, and I got some meds that were working for a while, but this is what's been happening with my illness. About a week afterwards, they stopped losing their effectiveness, and 2 weeks after, it's done, and that's kind of what seems like has happened again. So I'm a little bit of a mess because I'm just... I went from having 2 weeks of freedom to this week, which has been hell. It's been a hard, you know, it's been stressful because of everything going on, and then just because my health stuff is kicking back in, and I'm not sure what to do, and it's really, that part, I can deal with everything else. I just want to be in a body that works. And I can already hear the comments, I think, in internet now, which is really interesting. Just saying this for attention, or I'm just saying this because I'm trying to distract. What am I distracting from? How dare you talk about his kid on a public platform that way and invade his privacy? Yes, I'm going to start needing more ways to make money.
I decided I was waiting because the videos were still making so much money. I told everybody I'm going to wait till a time where I can do all the math because there's 100% is going to go. And then any time where I talked about it, I'll donate 50. I finally said, it's too many videos and too much math. I'm just going to donate all the money. So the last time I checked, it was at 1,200. I donated 600 of that so far, and that was, I believe, a week or two ago, and they're still pulling in a little bit of money.
Now, there's another real fun rumor I'd like to clear up. The rumor is that somebody decided to sit down and do the math and said that after the $1,200 I paid Rose, I owe her over $3,200 more. Sure about that? Because what people fail to realize is that the majority, many of those videos, were either age restricted or not advertiser friendly. And I never said a word. And I never complained. Because YouTube, because it's a sensitive topic, I was never upset for YouTube doing that. As long as I didn't, you know, do anything else, that's fine.
Hi guys, it's JoysparkleBS. I'm sure you just saw my Suit Yourself video, so I wanted to talk about this, and I sat with this for a while because I wanted to see how things play out. I got my first ever community strike. You want to know why? You ready? My video, and you know, where Emma gets slapped in the face, that video was removed and I got a strike. I got a strike because I showed violence. I was a little concerned to talk about it because I thought, okay, if this has to do with Daddy05, if this has to do with his fans, because his fans were en masse going to channels trying to get stuff removed and trying to get channels deleted. I knew about that for a while. I thought, okay, let me sit with this because I don't want to cause more attention and possibly have more damage to my channel. And my theory was this is the PR group. And I think my theory is correct. Now, I don't have evidence. I don't know that. But I have a video. If you saw the Suit Yourself video, then you'll know what happened. But I think that this is a real life YouTube conspiracy happening with the Falston group. And allegedly, let me throw that word in there, allegedly. And it's very disturbing. These videos with Daddy05 were up for months and made lots and lots of money. And yet I did a video trying to showcase how awful it was and to teach people about abuse. Not only did the video get removed, but I got a strike. I can't stream for 6 months. I have to be careful for 6 months. And that's not fair. I should not be being punished. I should not be punished for this. Now, YouTube could have come to me and said, hey, unlist the video, make it private, take that out. I would have been happy to re-edit it. But I can't even have access to the video. It's gone, and I have a strike. I have a strike for speaking out against child abuse. So here's what I propose. I believe this is a conspiracy theory, and this is being done with the Falston group. This is my opinion. So when it comes to stuff like this, how do you stop it? You hit him in the pocketbook. How do we do that? I believe it's very wrong that Daddy05's videos made so much money, and yet me and my friend Suit Yourself were getting strikes just for covering what happened and talking about it.
They had every right to. On top of that, you don't just get 50 cents for every 1,000 views. And I can prove this if needed and release fucking everything financial.
Stuff happened in that time frame. So what happened was, this is what I'd said from the beginning. From the beginning, I said anything where it's showing abuse, 100% donated. And then what I used to do was not like the Onision video is not monetized. And then people said, well, that's kind of shitty because YouTube is going to make money off of them anyways. You might as well direct where the money goes. So I thought, okay, I'll monetize these and make sure most of the money goes to Rose. If she ever wanted me, if I ever heard from her, take these down, I would. I've done it before with videos. That's no problem. So the direct evidence, I did not post. And the reason was, when I started to have these people who said, we're going to try to discredit her, make her look crazy, and make her react crazy to shut her up, which I have evidence of, I decided I was waiting because the videos were still making so much money. These videos with Daddy05 were up for months and made lots and lots of money. Well, if you guys have been following me, you guys know my health stuff, and you know that I've been trying to wait till December to get on insurance, and I just said, I need help and there's nowhere to go get help. I need help, and I was just crying. I said, I don't think I can wait till December. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? And I said, I think I need you to help me try to find a place that I can go to. Now, here's the thing. We've looked before, but there's nothing around that we didn't find anything within the area. Because I've looked before. And on top of that, like, he would have to help me and he'd have to take off work. So he finally just
like, he knows how much pain I've been in. He knows I'm having a hard time, and he finally said, fuck it, like, I'm taking off tomorrow. We're gonna figure this out. So anyway, the sweet little shit, like, I have a hard time falling asleep. So he woke me up at like 8 this morning. He goes, hey, he's like, I found the place. He's like, I don't know how we overlooked it, but it's close. And they said that there's an opening today, so we're gonna go. And it's for people with no insurance. And I was like, great. Sorry, I'm really tired because I haven't slept the last couple of days hardly, but so anyways, they went this morning, and everybody was really nice, which I'm not, hospitals, sometimes people have egos and shit. Really, really nice, and the doctor I worked with is really nice, and she ordered a bunch of labs, and I've been talking about, like, I'm gonna have a stool sample, which I'm so excited about. We're gonna do a metabolic panel. We're gonna do the thyroid, the T2 and 3, I forget what they're called. There's the whole list of tests that are going to be looked at. Oh, and we're also gonna recheck my copper, because we don't know if my stomach stuff is just a result of my body still eliminating, and I wanna know where my copper levels are at this point, because I don't feel like it is. Like the way it feels, but you know, again, I need testing, and this place ended up being relatively cheap, and I was amazed. I was like, okay, here goes a few grand, because the last round of testing I had, that's how much it cost, and not here. Which is really, really nice. So I'm just really excited to possibly on the path of figuring out what's going on. There's a part of me that's a little bit frustrated at myself, because I'm like, well, could I have done this before? But I looked before, I had tried. The thing with me is about my health, and it's weird because it's like, on the one hand, I don't want to talk about it too much, and I know a lot of people don't like when I talk about it, but then some people do. But I've already talked about it enough where I feel like I'll just open up a little bit and just explain what's going on. Is that, you know, the last times we looked, we couldn't find anything, and everybody we've spoken to has said, just wait till you're in insurance, you're not gonna be able to do much till you're in insurance. And that proved to not be accurate. So here's what happened. I was checked in because, well, I went to the ER, had a fever, chest pain, heart issues, palpitations, and was having a hard time breathing and lots of pain. So I talked to the ER person, I explained what was going on, and because they saw, when I was in the ER, they saw a fever, and they, you know, if you have heart issues, they'll put these electrodes on you and they'll measure shit, so they took you up to an EKG. They saw my EKG was consistently irregular, and then she would have the stethoscope and listen. And so she sat down and we had we had a conversation about it. She had a very real conversation. She's like, look, she's like, if I check you into the hospital, you have to meet certain criteria, and you do. And we talked about, because I don't have insurance. We didn't have insurance then, so we talked about it, and she said, because you don't have insurance, the problem is if we find something, you may not ever be insured to get this looked at. I just want you to be aware. And I said, fuck it, I don't care. Because at this point I was still working. I said, fuck it, I don't care, let's figure this out. What's the biggest factor? Not having the money to do it. Not having the insurance to go up there. And that's what it was. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, that's horseshit. Well, then you can think that's horseshit. That's fine. And I was also trying to work at the same time. Basically, I ended up paying my assistant manager under the table a lot more money, and the assistant manager had a great one, knew I was sick, and I just said, hey, I need additional help, so they would help me with some of what I needed them to do, or some of my job duties, which sucked, but I just handed cash. So great person, we're still friends, one of my biggest supporters about being ill, love that person to death. Okay, let me check my list. I've actually made a list. So, and this is gonna be a sloppy video, and I don't really care that it is. People have talked about, so that's my timeline of what happened at the hospital. And I ended up, that was in April, and it was in May that I realized I could no longer do this on my own after trying to get help with the hospital and trying to do insurance and doing it on my own. What you guys have to understand is this takes such a big toll on my brain. Huge toll, that trying to just do my end of my job and work and do all of that and then try to figure out insurance when it's too late, get insurance when I'm already working, but it was too late to get it. There are so many things that are going on with this whole situation, and there's a lot more in the background to explain. So for instance, when I got my job, it was supposed to be just for 2 months. Then I was not supposed to stay where I was.
things changed. I got a promotion because they liked me and I did a good job, and my plans ended up changing. I had a different plan as to how to help fix my medical situation that ended up not working, and I will get into that one day. I'm not ready to talk about that, but so everything that happened so in 2016 was very unexpected. So I was not able to plan properly for insurance as a result in the way that I wanted to. So let's continue. Here come the fucking conspiracies, I swear to God. Okay, so here's one. Why don't I have insurance right now? So I looked into the Affordable Health Care Act. Remember, guys, with my fibro brain, with not really having my faculties together, it is very difficult to do anything, especially forms are fucking impossible. What should take me 5 minutes can take me 30. That's not a joke. And anything with insurance, it's hard enough. I looked into the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act would have been $300 a month for the basic plan, and that might not have met my needs for what I'm going through, is what I read. And at that point, I wasn't making any money. I make a minuscule amount with YouTube, and you know, but I wasn't bringing anything in. So $300 to probably not get fixed that's a gamble, and that was a gamble that I could not afford. I looked into Medicaid, I looked into those things, and I tried to apply for myself. It didn't work. And I remember thinking, okay, maybe I've done something wrong, and here's the real situation with that. And here come the people either making fun of me or saying I'm full of shit. I need help to literally fill out the forms. I tried, and it came back saying I can't remember exactly what it said, but I remember looking at it with roommate, it didn't work. Roommate offered to help, but guys, I want you to understand roommate helps with everything. And so I don't want to put this on roommate.
Stop fucking lying.
I had other people, I asked for help, and either they said, oh, I'll help, and never did, or they just said no. And I've had so people are going to be like, well, there are people on here offering to help. Well, this is the problem. As much as I would appreciate people's help online, would you, and it's no disrespect to any of you guys, but that would mean I would have to trust y'all with like my social security number. I mean, very sensitive information. That's just not something you willy-nilly just go up to people and ask for help with, because that's very private information.
Send it.
And
You
she
see, guys,
said,
people don't listen when I speak.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
she said she would give me her password for her fucking bank stuff.
I will, and I'm not even serious. You see my bank. If you look,
don't give him the password.
if you look in the bar, you can even see what bank it is from the
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even give anyone my password. Fuck, I wouldn't give him my password.
Fuck.
Honestly,
like,
if you guys are like, I would do it to clear my name because I'm just, it's in it, and
Well, how much?
I try not to let it bother me.
So I am absolutely willing. I just need more help with it, because either I don't apply for it or I don't, what is it? Sorry, brain fog. Either I'm not doing it right or I'm not, I don't know the word, just telepathically understand. Part of my friend wanting to help, recently was going to encompass some of this. So there's a lot more involved when it comes to insurance. So disability. Number one, there's a little bit for me of a pride issue, to be honest. I don't like the word disabled. Not that I judge anybody else. It's just hard for me. Number two, I have looked into it because I have a friend who has fibro, and I talked to them and they said there is a whole host of things that I additionally need to do that I'm going to need help to do, and I haven't been able to get that help. So this is where I'm at with disability. And you can sit there and laugh at me, well, how can you make videos but you can't do it? Because for me, my strong point is just standing up and talking. Standing up and talking in front of the camera, and this video takes almost no edits. It's like plop it in, upload. Write out a text. You write out a fucking subject line, done. For me, it's very, very simple. And it takes, even though it's energy, it takes a little energy. It helps forms with my info and questions is really hard for my brain, and I need help. Yeah, that makes me a pathetic fuck. I get it. So
And I know a lot of people will make fun of that or say whatever, and that's fine. You have, I guess, you know, you have the right to do that. To me, it makes you a really fucking shitty human being to take someone who's already having a hard time and go ahead and want to torture them more, but that's the internet, that's what people do. And obviously people either haven't gone through enough or that's where they get their fucking pleasure from, is other people's misery. I won't ever understand that, but it is what it is. Some people have said, juice fast, pray and meditate. It's all about changing your energy. It's connecting with the energy and the vibration of what you want. I did that. In fact, not one of the last times, but one of the times I did that was right before I went to the hospital for 3 days. I stayed in prayer and meditation. Even when I had to go do things, I had a constant mantra, my body's 100% healthy and healthy. Wait, my body is 100% healthy and healed. My body is 100% healthy and healed. Over and over and over and over again. And I watched my fever go up and up and up and up and up. And guys, it doesn't always work.
Hi loves, JoysparkleBS. Oh, it's weird, it's gonna be one of the last times I say that. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about something I've been really feeling pretty strongly over the last couple weeks. I'll just get right to the point and I'll kind of give some backstory. I think it's time for me to leave YouTube. I don't know if that's permanent, I don't know if that's just for a month, but I just feel like my work here is done. But I just wanted to say a few short comments on this. Here's the thing. I think there's a lot of fucking hypocrites on YouTube, and specifically within what people call the skeptic community. I'm not gonna go after people, I'm not gonna name names, it's not everybody, but here's the thing, if we're for free speech, we have to be for free speech. But here's the thing, we should be able to disagree with one another and not go do shitty things like false flagging campaigns on people. As you guys know, I know what that feels like. I've had several strikes now, at least 5 or 6, I've had to get reversed. And one quick thing, before people lose their fucking shit, calm your tits down. Yes, I said I'm taking a break, and I am. I've barely put up any videos in the last, I think, 2-ish weeks. I said if there's something that warrants my attention and something that I think warrants a video because it's big enough in my opinion, that I would be putting something up, which is what I'm doing right now. So don't worry, there's no 2 or 3 videos a day right now. There's no 1 video a day, but this to me warranted it. And I'm just really tired of the hypocrisy, the absolute blatant bullshit hypocrisy that's masked with free speech when a lot of these people are just gossip mongers. Because everybody's just vying for attention. It's not my fucking world, which is another reason I wanted to take a break, because I'm just burnt out by the amount of fake fucking people. I really am. But sorry if this comes across strong, I'm just really fired up.
Apparently people are diagnosing me. I fucking love it. Let's clear up one rumor. One rumor is that, I said, actually, I have the bottle. Let me get it for just a second. Here we go. Let's get it. So, my Lyrica, which was written out so I could remember how and when to take it, but I've stopped taking it because it stopped working. Let me show you the pills. You can see me pouring them, so there's no fucking conspiracy. You can tell this is Lyrica. You can look that up if it's blurry. I've done this before. Don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sure that one of the fucking edgelords will take this and put it everywhere, as they always do. People are saying, how can you have fibromyalgia and copper toxicity? Because Lyrica is really bad for copper toxicity. When I went to the doctor that gave me these, at that point, I said, I don't think the copper toxicity is affecting me that much, but I haven't been retested. To which the doctor said, let's go ahead and try this. So because I told the doctor I don't think it's much of an issue anymore, and I asked if it should be an issue with any of the meds that they gave me, because it wasn't just Lyrica, I was told, no, it should be fine. That makes me the world's biggest liar, right? Like, just the amount of just, like, there's so many wonderful people on here, and I so appreciate it, and the amount of mean fucking people who just, because sometimes it's for views and attention and money. Okay. And some people are legit mean to be mean. I would get if I'd done something to warrant it, I would understand it. Because the problem is, I'm very empathic. it's not that I'm so upset what people are going to expose. It's that I'm a human being and this shit hurts my feelings. Like, it does. It absolutely hurts my feelings watching people be horrible to one another and horrible to me.
These videos with Daddy 05 were up for months and made lots and lots of money.